could be the reason behind this amazing transformation? But if you ask me, how did internet come to Bengaluru? This one decision changed Bengaluru forever. And this is where Bengaluru's story truly began. Hi, my name is Raghu Bengaluru, and when I'm traveling, the first thing that gets noticed about me is my second name. People are always intrigued about the city of Bengaluru and want to know the story of how Bengaluru became the IT capital of the East from the sleepy village that it once was.
We're in India's garden city turned startup capital that's on the fast track to now becoming the country's primary GCC hub.
Placed in London or a transaction completed in New York is actually, in material terms, a product of engineering work done right here in Bengaluru.
And that got me thinking, who could be the reason behind this amazing transformation? Think about it. The usual names that come to mind are politicians like Krishna, J.H. Patel, or industry captains like Narayana Murthy, Azim Premji. But what if I told you this story begins way back in 1893? Yes, you heard that right. This was the vision of a monk in saffron robes. That sounds surprising, isn't it? I'll tell you how. The very first company that set up shop in Bengaluru was Texas Instruments. Back in the 1980s, when Texas Instruments was looking for avenues to start the first IT venture in India, the frontrunners then were actually Chennai and Mumbai. The reason Bengaluru was chosen was because of one crucial element, the availability of internet. And how did internet come to Bengaluru? It was due to the Indian Institute of Science. And when we look back at how the Indian Institute of Science happened to Bengaluru, we'll have to thank three very, very important people here. The mastermind, Mr. Jamshedji Tata, the Mysore royal family, and the visionary monk, Swami Vivekananda. In 1893, two extraordinary Indians were traveling to the US. One was Swami Vivekananda, on his way to speak at the Parliament of Religions at Chicago. The other was Jamshedji Tata. He was already dreaming of building a modern India through science and industry. These two extraordinary gentlemen had a fascinating discussion. Jamshedji Tata passionately spoke about something India desperately lacked at that time: the scientific research and rigor that was so badly needed. Not just colleges that produced clerks for the British Empire, but institutions doing original research in physics, chemistry, engineering, metallurgy. India had brilliant minds but lacked an ecosystem. No laboratories, no research culture, no scientific infrastructure. And Mr. Tata was struggling. He had been approaching various kings and princely states across India, asking for land and support to build a world-class science institute. Most people simply didn't understand this idea. But then Swami Vivekananda was not most people. He was a visionary. When Swami Vivekananda heard this idea, he asked Mr. Tata to go to Mysore, because the kingdom of Mysore was different. They were forward-thinking, progressive, obsessed with education and modernization. And this is a very important aspect. Swami Vivekananda was not talking about IT. He was not even talking about computers, which actually didn't even exist then. The internet was unheard of, and Silicon Valley was an alien concept. But Swami Vivekananda deeply believed that science, knowledge, and spiritual confidence could together rebuild India. And that vision mattered. And this is where Bengaluru's story of becoming the Silicon Valley that it is today truly began. Swami Vivekananda famously gave a handwritten note to Mr. Tata to approach the royals of Mysore. Mr. Tata, after returning from North America, goes and meets the royals of Mysuru, who readily welcomed this idea simply because it was recommended by none other than Swami Vivekananda. The royals of Mysuru saw merit in the idea and generously offered a very large parcel of land to Mr. Tata in the north of Bengaluru, what is today's Malleshwara. And the way they did it was also pretty iconic. They said, go to this place and draw a boundary for as far as you could see. Now, here's an important detail that many people miss. The ruler associated with this magnanimous decision was Maharaja Nalvadi Krishna Wadiyar. But at that time, he was still a minor. The actual administrative support came from his beloved mother, who played a massive role in donating land and funding the Indian Institute of Science. And honestly, history probably doesn't give her enough credit because this one decision changed Bengaluru forever. The Mysore kingdom was already investing heavily in modern infrastructure, hydroelectric power, public education, industrial training, and engineering institutions. Mysore was one of the most progressive princely states in the entire continent of Asia. And then comes another interesting figure, Sir M. Visvesvaraya, a legendary engineer, a planner, a systems thinker. Visvesvaraya pushed Mysuru towards industrial and technical education aggressively. And slowly, Bengaluru began accumulating something incredibly valuable, talent density. And Bengaluru became the perfect storm. Now, fast forward to post-independence India. Bengaluru already had a huge advantage. The city had built one of the strongest engineering ecosystems in the country. Thanks to its salubrious year-round climate and the geography of being away from the enemy borders, Bangalore was blessed with the public sector undertakings like HAL, NAL, ADA, DRDO, and all of these crucial giants. Before Bengaluru became an IT city, it first became a science and engineering city. And that foundation really mattered. And that created such a robust engineering ecosystem that even till date, Bangalore has the highest number of engineering colleges for a single city in the entire world. Then came the moment of truth. In the 1980s, Texas Instruments became the first global technology company to set up operations in India. Texas Instruments famously established a satellite link for data communication from Bengaluru, something revolutionary for India at that time. Suddenly, Bengaluru was connected to the global technology economy. And once one major tech company succeeded, it was natural for others to follow. Then came Infosys, Wipro, Intel, IBM, Cisco, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, you name it. All the Fortune 500 companies have some kind of presence in Bengaluru. And this is why I personally believe the story of Bengaluru's IT success cannot be understood only through software companies. It's a much deeper civilizational story. A monk who believed India needed confidence, an industrialist who believed India needed science, a royal kingdom that believed in education, engineers who built institutions, teachers who trained generations, administrators who enabled growth, and entrepreneurs who scaled globally. All of them are connected. That's how great cities are built. The biggest transformations in history begin quietly, sometimes with a conversation on a ship, sometimes with a piece of donated land, sometimes with a research institute nobody fully understands yet, and yet, decades later, the whole world feels the impact. So yes, Narayana Murthy, Azim Premji, SM Krishna, JH Patel, and many others deserve enormous credit to scaling Bengaluru into a global tech powerhouse. But if you ask me where the first domino fell, I would probably point to that voyage in 1893. So if you also believe that the people who laid foundation for today's Bengaluru, share this video with people who should know.